used to date my mother. And before you judge me, let me explain. You might not date your mother, but do you know how your relationship to her affects your dating life? I grew up in my childhood in a house where my father was always working. Like from the moment I woke up till the moment I went to bed, he would be working. Because he was away, somebody had to take care of my mother. And I don't mean physically, but I took that role, which was to take care of her emotionally. That looked like me trying to figure out how she feels and fix that. So if she's sad, then I would take the responsibility of making her feel better. Because I was a child and I wanted my mother to feel good. So, what happened? Well, as I was only a child, I was dependent on her. I needed her. Because if she was not there, then I would die, right? I really tried to make her feel good to the point where I started to please her. So I would do anything, meaning I would, in the end, do the biggest mistake, which was I would forget my own needs. So how did that affect my life? For example, I would grow up and I went to school, to high school, and I would people please. And I would become this nice guy who would always get friend zoned in school. For example, I had this friend and I was attracted to her, but I would never show her that because I was afraid of her disliking me. So I would hold back and hide this part of myself. And you might recognize yourself here. For example, do you feel uncomfortable when you are with an attractive girl? Yes, you do. And not only that, are you afraid of saying something which will make her not like you? Because if you do, then there is a way we can solve it. Let's find a solution. Because a few years back, I was at an Eckhart Tolle retreat, and this retreat was awesome. You know Eckhart Tolle, you read The Power of Now, so you know how awesome he is. And as I'm there, I meet this guy, which was my mentor. Well, at the time, he was just my guy, a guy. And my first instinct was I felt intimidated. I felt competitive because he came there very present, very grounded, and here I was feeling okay, feeling like meditation and stuff, but there was something in me which was holding back my authenticity. So synchronicity would have it. We ended up in a conversation, and he must have felt something because he took me on an inner journey. He guided me into meeting my inner mother. I know it sounds a bit like your inner mother, what do you mean? Well, he explained to me that my inner mother is the same, is how I'm projecting onto my outer mother. So very basic how to explain it. And how it ended up was I, on this inner journey, ended on giving back my responsibility of taking care of her. Because up to this point, I was completely unaware of myself and how I was holding back myself because I tried to take care of her. But she's my mother. So what we did in this inner journey was giving back. And man, I started to cry. I started to shake. And it was this huge release. And after this, we had such a chill time. And the same evening, I met a girl that had been there all the time. But because of, I don't know, some inner blockage, I could not see her. But that same evening, I met her. And we had a couple of very romantic days on the last part of the retreat. Now, why did this work? Well, your mother is the first woman in your life. And after having built your relationship with your mother, then every other girl that you meet later is going to be a projection of that relationship that you have with your mother. So, when you now meet someone, you are going to project that same relationship onto her, and because that relationship is with your mother, means you are needy, you needed her, right? Because you were a child and she was your mother, your caretaker. Then you will project the similar things, which is you will feel responsible for her feelings and you will feel unvaluable for her unconditional love. So what do? You start chasing. And like did you know this? When you're chasing someone or something, that means that other person is running away. And if there's anything we know about dating, well, you don't want to chase, you want to run after people because they're running away, right? So now the solution is obviously that you have to give back this responsibility that you have taken for your mother. And the way you can do this is the same way I did. You do an inner journey where you meet your inner mother and you give that back. And to help you, I created a guided meditation that you can get. It's for free. And you can also get it by joining my free, also, email list of guys going from self-attack to self-love and meeting women just like they are. The link is in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.